Hi everyone, welcome to Easy Math. Today we'll see class 8 rational numbers. In this we are going to see the topic decimal representation of rational numbers. Rational numbers can be written in two types of decimal numbers. One is terminating decimal and other one is non-terminating recurring decimal. What is the meaning of terminating? Terminating means ending. It has an end. That is, when you are dividing, the remainder becomes 0. So the sum will come to an end. That is called terminating. And non-terminating, there is no end. It is not, the sum is never ending. So, and then recurring. Recurring means repeating. The same digits will repeat again and again. That is the meaning of recurring. So there are two types of decimals: terminating decimal and non-terminating decimal. In any one of the ways, any rational numbers can be written. So before going into the sum, we'll just recall what is a decimal number. 3.4 is a decimal number, the standard form of a decimal number, or 15.36 or 7.185. These numbers are called decimal numbers. That is, you have one decimal point. In a decimal number, you have only one decimal point, and before the point, the number is called whole number, and after the point, it is called the fractional part or the decimal part. And one more concept is, suppose if you are having a whole number 9, then this can be written as a decimal number by writing 9.0. If with 9, without the point, if you add 0, 9 becomes 90. The value changes. So you keep a point and add 0. The value is not changed. At the same time, this whole number can be written in the form of decimal number. After keeping the point, you can add any number of zeros and still the value remains the same as 9. So this is the concept we are going to use in converting rational number into a decimal number. So first we'll take the first example, 5 by 4. So what does it mean, this 5 by 4? What operation is involved in a rational number? It is division. See, the symbol of division is this. So you can easily remember, this dot is for numerator and this dot is for denominator. The symbol itself is in the form of a fraction or a rational number. So the operation involved in a rational number is division. That means we have to divide the numerator by denominator. So we'll put the numerator inside and the denominator outside. Now let us divide. So how many times 4 goes in 5? How many 4s are there? 4 ones are 4 and 5 minus 4 is 1. Now we have to bring down the next number. Do you have the next number? No. So what are we going to do? We are going to keep point and 0, 0. So after the point, if you put 0, the value is not changed. So we are going to keep a point in the quotient and put 1 0. It is like having 5.0 and we are bringing down that 0. Now how many times 10? 4 in 10, it goes 2 times. 4 2s are 8 and 10 minus 8 is 2. Now bring down the next number. So bring down the next 0. We are having it is like 5.000. How first 0 we put and we brought down, put one more 0. If we keep a point and put 0, 5 remains 5 only. And 20, so it becomes 5 4s are 20. Now till you get the remainder 0, you continue the division like this. So we got the remainder 0, therefore the sum has come to an end. Therefore this 5 by 4 is 1.25. This quotient is the answer, 1.25. Since as we are getting the remainder 0, this is called terminating decimal because it has an end. So it is called terminating decimal. Terminating decimal because it has an end. Okay, so like this we'll say another example, 7 by 8. So what do we do? 7 inside and 8 outside. Now in division, the number inside should be greater than the number by which you are dividing. This is dividend and divisor. Dividend should be always greater. But here 7 is less. So we cannot divide 7 by 8. So when you cannot divide, what do we put? The quotient is 0. And we have to take the next number. Do you have the next number? No. So what to do? Keep a point in the quotient and put a 0 here. Actually this point is here also. That is the meaning. Okay. So with the point, if you add 0, the value of 7 remains as 7 only. Now 70 divided by 8 is 8 8s are 64. Now you subtract, borrow, 0 we cannot get, borrow, 10 minus 4, 4 is 6. Now we bring down the next 0. And when you put 0 for the first time only, we keep the point. Second time when you are putting 0, we don't keep the point. Okay, because we just write the quotient, already a point is kept, we are writing the quotient after the decimal point. Only first time you have to keep the point. Now 60, it is 8 sevens are 56. 8 sevens are 56. Now from 0 we cannot cut, so borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. Now we bring down the next 0. It is again how many times? 5 8s are 8 5s are 40. 40 minus 40 is 0. So here we are, when you're adding 0, it is like having the point and divide. Okay, like this. The meaning is we keep we keep the point in the quotient. That is why we don't keep here, but actually it's 0 is added after the point. Now 40 minus 40 is 0. Therefore 7 by 8 is 0.875. So there also sum comes to an end. Therefore it is called, this is also terminating decimal. So this decimal is called terminating decimal. Because it has an end, the remainder becomes 0, the division comes to an end. So it is called terminating, it has an end. Now we'll see another example, that is 6 by 7. So we just divide 6 inside and 7 outside. Here also the number inside is less, so we cannot divide, we put 0. We take the next number, as there is no next number, we put a 0 and keep a point here. Okay, now 6 till 60 comes, how many times? 7 8s are 56. 7 8s are 56. Right, 7 8 are 56. And now subtract. When you borrow and subtract, it is 4. And with 4, we add the next 0. And it goes 7 5s are 35. Now you subtract, borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. Again we put a 0. Then how many times? 7 7s are 49. Now you subtract 50 minus 49, otherwise borrow and subtract. 10 minus 9 is 1. Now still the sum is not yet over, so put 1 0. Then how many times? 7 1s are 7, and 10 minus 7 is 3. Again 0, so it goes 7 4s are 28. Then borrow and subtract, it is 2. Then put a 0. 7 2s are 14. Now borrow and subtract. 10 minus 4 is 6. Then again with 6 put 1 0, and your quotient is 7 8s are 56. 7 8s are 56. Now subtract, borrow and subtract, it is 4. Now add 1 0, and your quotient is 5 7s are 35. Now 40 minus 35 is 5. So again put a 0. So in 50 it is 7 7s are 49. Now 50 minus 49 is 1. Again 0. So it is 7 1s are 7. And remainder 3. Add 1 0. In 30, 7 4s are 28. Like this it goes on and on and on without an end. If you observe the quotient, you see 857142. See the digits, same digits started repeating. 85714. Next definitely you'll get 2. Then 857142. 857142. The digits are repeating, but the sum is not at all ending. There is no end. Therefore it is non-terminating. This decimal is called non-terminating because we are not getting the remainder 0 at all. And one more thing, look at the quotient, the digits are same digits, 857142. Again 857142. So how long ever you divide, these digits will be repeating. That is called recurring. Repeating is called recurring, recurring. So this is called non-terminating recurring decimal. As there is no end, it goes on and etc. So 6 by 7 can be written as 6 by 7 is equal to 0.857142. 857142 etc. The other way of writing it is this 857142, 857142, it is repeating. So it can be written as 0.857142. You put a bar for this number. This bar says these digits are repeating. This 857142, these are the digits, they go on repeating. So this is what is it, non-terminating and recurring decimal. So these are the two types of decimals a rational number can be changed into. So you try this sum, try these now and check whether they are terminating or non-terminating. 17 by 5 and 13 by 9. Take these two as your homework and check these sums. Okay, check for the terminating or non-terminating. Okay children, thank you for watching. Thank you.